Sorry about that.
I'll hear about it later.
Does this look weird?
Little.
Koko, smile. Barry, your head is the whole picture.
Did we just start?
You get that? Yeah, you get the picture, Cam?
One more.
Did you get it? Oh, you're still going. Okay, hold
I'll
on.
do it back.
Seriously, we just start?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, and now we're just
live.
pausing
We're
to
just
take a
taking
picture?
Cam got it.
Oh,
He
yeah.
got it.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
my
I'm trying to remember to
I
take
wasn't looking
pictures
at-
of every
Yeah.
episode, guys. Sorry about
Nobody
that.
wants to see your face.
I hope people can hear us. I see.
I hope people can hear us.
We got nobody listening on Mixer, and
They've all switched to
we
Ustream,
have
hopefully.
no viewers yet on YouTube.
Kyle, you're a big draw.
We have nothing at this point in
Wah,
time.
wah, wah.
Text
Oh, I
us
just
your
gave away
feelings.
our
It's
guest.
Friday night. You know what? I'm actually pretty surprised that we get any viewers on Friday nights
Yeah.
at this point.
You know,
Although we are getting older and everybody's getting married and having kids and doing the whole damn thing.
their whole damn thing.
Just doing the damn thing.
You're doing more than anyone. Whatever happened to your little brother?
I said, what?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah?
we're going to the Lions game tomorrow.
You haven't lost interest yet?
No, not at all, man.
Okay.
It's awesome. I'm having lots of fun. It's so cool to be able to just act like a kid with.
You're supposed to be in charge.
Yeah, but you still get to go.
He's
Like,
not looking after you.
They're both on.
he's not looking after me, but we go play any type of sport. We go play or go to like Castle Fun Park or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah?
It's awesome.
Why don't
Just
you ever
act
ask
like
if
a
I want to
kid.
go?
Why would
That's
I ask if you
sports.
wanna
That
go?
stuff sounds sweet. Kids like me.
I don't know exactly how the rules are with it because I'm definitely not allowed to have like go out with like Ashley and him.
Really?
Yeah, no,
Why?
I don't want that because they feel like a lot of the time it's going to make him feel like a third wheel,
Right.
which is the last thing
Okay.
they want. But
I
they
can see
also
that.
encourage me to bring him like to my parents' house, like meet my brother. But it's just something about the girlfriend aspect they don't like.
That is weird.
I
I
kind
don't know
of
why
I
they
kind
don't.
of get.
What if you were married? Would
They
that be
don't-
different
yeah, I
then?
think it probably would be different because I remember when I did the, we had to do a little course before it all. Like that was the last step. They did like a training course. It was like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And one of the guys was like 45 and married, and he was talking about like how he like bringing them because you after a year you can do like a sleepover or have him over and do things like that, go camping, that kind of stuff. But they don't want that before a year.
I heard a rumor you were selling all your single possessions to buy a ring.
Yeah, apparently
Any truth to that?
This is what Tubby thinks for some reason. I don't know.
I
He's
thought it was
just,
funny.
You know what? I get it. I don't have the same mentality as Tubby does, where like, you get married and then all of a sudden you're not a man anymore.
What?
Like I don't know. Like that's the way.
It's like that was kind of mean.
That's what it's. I'm not saying. I'm just saying that's like the way.
You didn't see the
That-
Facebook comment.
That's what that
It is
Facebook comment
something.
like refers to. It's like, well, you're married, you got a kid, now you can't do all those fun things you used to do. Like, okay, well, I don't know.
I think it
I
was
don't
just a
think
funny
that
comment
changes.
that made me laugh.
No, I know, but that's the basis of the funniness in it. I get it, but for me, that's not at all what it is. Like, I just want the money. I'm going to Germany. I need to pay for stuff.
Oh yeah. Do you book your accommodation?
Yep.
What happens to the little brother while you're in Germany?
Well, then it's just a couple weeks. They
Just give
don't.
them back?
They don't want it to be. They don't want you to be gone for more than 2 weeks. Within the first like 3 months or 4 months, and
Yeah.
I think we're on like it'll be like 5th month.
Yeah.
Like
the
so
funniness
then,
in
okay.
it.
And
with
this
that-
guy's
Yeah,
cool.
For me, that's not
Push-
push. Like, I just want the money.
He's a good kid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's a really good kid. Yeah.
And you take him back to his parents after?
Well, it's foster parent. I don't like to talk. I don't want to
Yeah,
talk too
good
much
point.
about
Okay,
it.
Yeah,
fair enough.
So
You have a funny joke
I got
apparently.
a joke.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna,
see.
I'm gonna try and tell a joke here. I heard
It's
it.
just like a knock
I
knock
seen-
joke.
No, I was watching it. Okay, granted, I was pretty stoned last night. I was watching it on YouTube, and it was pretty damn funny. So
The only time I find jokes funny is if they're like spur of the moment. I rarely find a rehearsed joke funny.
I don't think you'll find it funny. I think you'll find it funny, Kyle. Our guest will
That says
introduce
a lot.
shortly. I know our buddy Brian Bly would love this joke.
Okay.
If I can tell it properly, because I'm terrible at telling jokes. Okay.
No.
So, no. So there's two kid corn chips just playing in the playground. You know, they're just hanging out, doing the damn thing.
Corn chips?
And yeah, and one corn chip says to the other kid corn chip, he goes, "You know what? I don't like the way you've been treating me. You have not been treating me very fair." And the other corn chip is like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "Well, I just don't like the way that you've been treating me." And he's like, "Well, I don't care. It's not my problem." And he's like, "No, I want to talk about it." And then the other corn chip's like, "You know what? I'm not your friend."
It did get funny.
The joke is actually like there's way more like words, but basically that's, I don't know why it was. The video was this guy recorded his drunk wife telling this joke. It was pretty funny.
Where did
but
you
then
see
he-
this? That
It was on
sounded
YouTube.
familiar.
It was just on YouTube.
Hmm.
And then, but then he animated it with corn chips in like a playground. And then after the guy's like, I'm not your friend. He like in the video, the guy stabs the other corn chip with a knife.
That's funny. I feel like I heard that joke somewhere. Where did you
I
just
never
came
heard
across
it
it on
Yeah.
YouTube?
I was just looking on the comedy section on YouTube, just surfing around.
Yeah, well, that's a doozy.
Well, let's get to our
The
guest.
song?
Let's get to our bio.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about the bio. All right, the guest this evening recently became a father again. Has the biggest head north of the 49th. Has the second biggest head below the 49th.
That's not what that says at all.
Has the second best giggle. Below average hockey player and loves Desmond Jennings. Who's got the first best giggle?
Kinrath.
Yeah, it is pretty good. So why are you looking at me?
I thought you were gonna play the song.
No, we're still talking. Why would I just? I'm not just gonna. We're in the middle.
Oh,
of
you're
something.
stalling.
I'm not stalling you at all.
Oh, you had a long way to go.
No, we're getting
I
there.
didn't know you needed a
I
minute.
was not ready at all, but here we go. This is the choice of our guest. I'll get to the song. You just gotta let me get to it.
Are you supposed to get that ready when I'm doing the bio?
But we were like, if we're like in it and we're talking, I'm not just gonna like interrupt it. You just gotta let me get to it. I wish I'd like started it low and like made it louder.
How is? I thought the song had something to do with me.
Poo. Come on.
I love this.
Dude,
Great song choice. High school dances. I remember that shit. High school dances.
Hello,
Yeah.
everybody. Hello.
Mr. Kyle Berry.
Kyle, motherfucking Barry.
It's a pleasure to be on here, everybody.
Are you do you have to go to the high school dances? Do they still have high school dances?
Yeah, they still do. It goes out to the staff if anyone wants to volunteer, and a lot of people choose not to, and some do, and it's just nice to be it's a nice way to give back to your school.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
That's
that.
it.
Well, yeah, they still. I kind of actually thought like high school dances would almost be done now. I thought some kid would have fucked it up.
No, they'll keep going.
Now nobody gets high school
They've
dances.
been going for like since
Do you think they're still having them in
the
Aldergrove?
80s, for sure.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
I went to
definitely.
Alder, they were still going on there.
Man,
Yeah,
when
like-
I left high school, they were having like cops there all the time just for the high school dance.
Yeah, they
It's kind of crazy.
they got to do like breathalyzers at the door.
Everybody gets breathalyzer?
Suspicious people.
Suspicious people.
Suspicious people.
Oh yeah.
So if you walk up to
Describe a
the door,
suspicious person.
stumbling and bumbling.
Oh yeah. But if he's a kid that was normally like a dickhead in class, but he wasn't stumbling, you just let him go.
That's not up to my discretion. That's up to the
Oh.
administrations who's at the door.
Are you
Can
administration?
you
I'm
can you
not
send kids
administration,
you're
to
not?
detention?
In my position?
Yeah.
I can refer them to the office.
So let's for the
Wow.
people listening who don't know, what is
Sounds
your
harsh.
position exactly?
I am a special education assistant for the Langley School District, working at Poppy Secondary. That's
So-
me.
How many kids are showing up drunk? Lots.
I don't know.
You know what I started doing when they started bringing the breathalyzer to Aldergrove and I was still going to dances?
What's that?
Here. This is gonna be some good information for you.
Did you
This
put
could be
pennies
some-
underneath your
No, I did do that with a police officer one time.
Yes, that's a great story.
But I didn't get away with nothing that time.
No.
This time, I got away with it for like half the dance. Then the heat came down. So the principals or whatever told everybody they were gonna start bringing breathalyzers to these dance because I don't know, some kids have been getting drunk there and ruined it for everyone. Those people remain anonymous. So the day that we went to school on Friday and the dance was Friday night. So during the day, like me, Koko, Toth, Isaac, and Joe all brought Mickeys to school.
They were supposed to say anonymous.
Yeah,
These are
Well,
made
too late now.
up. These are made up names.
Those are fictitious.
Yeah, they're fictitious.
we brought
names.
Mickeys to school and we hid them in the bathroom. And then so we walked in, sober as can be, which seems surprising to some of the police or the people there, and walked into the dance. Everybody got in there, lights go out, we're jostling around. run to the bathroom, have a drink, go back out, have another drink. Doing this
I
for
love
like
how
half
we
the
put
night.
it under the sink.
Yeah, they just left the cupboard open. They didn't lock it. Then we go back there again after getting like the Mickeys were probably like half gone by now. So we were getting pretty drunk. We were only 17 probably, I guess. And go back into the bathroom and open the sink cupboards, and all the Mickeys are gone. And we're like, oh shit. Then there was instant panic in the washroom as the four of us were freaking out because there was cops there and policemen. And
Did you at that moment? I remember thinking like, "There's someone standing at the door behind us right now."
no, but we turned around and and there
there
wasn't.
was nobody there.
So then it became a thing of who's going to go out first and get nabbed.
But
Eventually,
the thing is, unless they actually seen us open the cupboard, they would have no idea. We could have just gone in to take a piss.
well, that's true.
Do we get
But I think they may have already had our eye on us anyway. So anyway, the plan was to play it cool, play it natural.
We were really good.
Yeah. So we walk out there and we were almost dead frozen scared. We looked super suspicious, red faces, and shuffled off back to the dance. Toth wasn't in there at that time. He was still on the dance floor boogieing. But on the prior journey, he had bought a Coca-Cola from the vending machine and drank half of it and filled the rest of it up with the whiskey or whatever. So he was out there. So we shuffle up to him and tell him the bad news. The heat's on. We got to skedaddle. As we're going over this and looking really heaty, one of the teachers walked up behind us and he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "I just came here to dance." And then he looks at Jeff and he's like, "What's in that Coca-Cola can?" And Jeff's like, "Coke?" And the guy's like, "Can I see that for a second?" And Jeff passed him the Coca-Cola and then just sprinted out of the dance, flew through the doors on his way out, and ran all the way home. Leaving me, Koko, Joe, and Isaac standing there looking real suspicious at this point. Then they started interrogating us, and for whatever reason, he let me, Joe, and Koko go, but he just roasted Isaac and took him to the office and expelled him for the next week of school. And when Todd eventually showed back up to school the next day, after the weekend, with no explanation, he was also suspended.
Oh,
Well, if anyone's listening at home, that's a very valuable lesson.
There's
Listen,
nobody
Adam,
listening
and
now.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's
But yeah, do you ever have any kids doing that?
Yeah, what's the weirdest or craziest thing you've seen?
Craziest thing you've seen.
At the, I mean, I usually stand at the door and make sure the kids are actually taking their shoes off before they go on the floor.
Yeah.
I get a pretty easy
It's
gig.
pretty crazy.
You stand by the doors, making sure that no kids sneak out for exact reasons that Adam just mentioned,
Yeah.
and just chat with other.
Why the
students.
shoe thing?
We have a really nice.
Worried
gym-
about a shoe bomb?
No, we have a really nice gym floor, and we don't want to get black.
What if they're
soles
just
on there.
wearing sneakers like Air Force One?
The floor is nice and it's also soft. So if a kid's wearing high heels or heavy Doc Martens, if those are still around,
It's weird. You never hear.
I used to like to
describe
dance with a
a
heavy foot.
floor. It's nice
well,
and soft.
it's really simple things like that will leave marks in it.
Floor.
I would love
carpeted.
marks. I was wearing cowboy boots in high school.
Well,
We
yeah,
had to
and
take our
at
shoes
Pop you get a lot of kids
Did we?
with Pop
I did.
with cowboy boots. So
I didn't.
What about Doc Martens? They still rocking the Doc
I
Martens.
didn't.
That's what That's what was the big thing. Is go
Oh,
to
that's
the mall
big
to
time.
Aldo and get your new
Doc Martens
Set
and
of Doc
Quesadillas.
Martens.
And a Caesar haircut.
Although
and a
this is
Caesar
so
haircut,
They sell all
bleach
those.
blonde,
Yeah, and wear
possibly
wear
for
frosted tips.
Yes.
your Tommy
I remember when you had
underwear
bleach
just
blonde
about
hair.
all by
You looked
cheek.
like Zach Morris.
Oh hells yeah, I did. That's a
Yeah,
compliment.
I knew that was
and a half
going to
right
go to
there.
your head. I shouldn't have said that. The guy I always wanted to be. Isaac could be your AC Slater.
Zach Morris was pretty.
He's too short for the role, though.
Rainbow.
Okay, Barry would be Mr. Belvedere.
Belding.
Miller would be Screech.
Belding.
Yeah.
Belding.
Oh yeah,
This
Mr.
isn't
Mr.
American
Belvedere
American Wedding.
But they didn't have a butler in Saved by the Bell?
Sorry, who was I? Belding?
Belding.
Yeah, you don't
Mr.
remember Mr.
Belding
Belding?
for sure. My brother's girlfriend's shooting. Was in a few
Oh yeah,
scenes.
that's
For the
weird.
new Saved by
Zach
the
Morris
Bell
came up
movie.
on the last podcast.
What?
Yeah.
There's a movie?
With
It's a
Zach
movie,
Morris?
but it's not the same cast, and it's all about the guy who wrote a book about what went on behind the scenes, and that's what the movie
Of
is.
Saved by the Bell?
Yeah,
Weird.
like drugs and
What?
sex and
What?
They were all teenagers.
No,
Yeah.
they weren't.
No, they weren't.
They were probably in their 20s.
Yeah, they
They were
probably
all
weren't.
in their 20s.
Is that the show that started the trend of casting 30-year-olds to play 18-year-olds?
Mhm.
Probably one of the
no,
first ones.
90210.
No, this
No.
was before 90210.
Yeah.
Not when I was like 1990.
Way before. Saved by the Bell was like late 80s it started.
The first,
No.
Saved by the Bell was
Oh,
like
yeah.
87 or 80.
88
The ones
or
with
something
Miss
like that
Bliss and
was-
stuff.
Check
Yeah,
that
on
out.
Google.
What was it?
Is it still on TV? Or they play
So we have
reruns?
Yeah.
Jacob
Yeah.
Harder
Once in a
at
while.
Hardware 04 as our producer.
Underscore 04.
Underscore 04. Apologize.
I haven't had TV
And
for like
Cam
over 2
and-
years now.
One of our other guests is here
2
joining
years.
us this evening.
Yeah.
Nikki
You
Harder,
haven't had. Wow.
Yeah.
Jacob's lovely wife.
That's why I never have any idea what's on TV.
Well, that's also why you're
1989.
why you're very well educated. But
89 and 93
the
89?
for the original.
Beverly Hills started in
Wow.
1990. I own all 10 seasons on TV.
shame to admit it, Adam, but our TV is on quite a bit at our house.
Oh yeah.
Your TV is?
Well, we got
1990.
after Talana wakes up and
Yeah, Saved by the Bell.
chills for a bit, plays with toys. She watches a little show while she has her cereal. It's on break for a bit. Nina will watch a little bit of TV,
Yeah.
and then after nap time, I'll have a little snack, watch a show, and then nighttime in the Barry household, we always got something on the TV.
Do you
Yeah.
did you experience? I think I asked you this before because every time I was at Adam's place when Ellie was still like I don't know if it's still going on. Like Wiggles. Every fucking time.
Oh, yeah,
that
the
was-
Wiggles.
no, Wiggles was literally on repeat
Bell. He's like,
until
what? How do you know
Ellie
that?
fell asleep, and then we would put on YouTube and watch music videos and stuff. It was the Wiggles.
We've
That's it.
definitely had our fair share of different shows that we've watched. Started off with a show on CBC called Bo on the Go.
Bo on the go.
Oh yeah, if you're on shrooms, that'd be one heck of a show to watch. They like put out psychedelic colors, and you're always
Is that how you're getting through these cartoons?
Yeah, you get a little bit of exercise with it too. She's always making the kids run when she gets tired, to bring up her energy. And following Bo on the Go was Super Wild, which is
So Lifetime.
he would get a story that day, and him and his super reader friends would go and solve the mystery, which was better. You know, yeah, TV's not the best thing for a 2-year-old to watch, of course not. I get that, but
A little more of a plot to these other ones.
well, I mean, Bo on the Go is getting them to exercise, and then Wyatt's making them think.
It's pretty tough, I would assume. Like, I can see where you might start out with the best of intentions on how you're gonna raise it and what you're gonna let it, how much TV it watches, and then. But when your kid's fucking screaming in your ear for 14 hours a day, eventually you just decide, I would assume, to do whatever works.
It's like me.
Well, it's good.
Like
Well,
you eventually give in, basically, because you.
well, yeah, like 14 hours would be a long time. You gotta have some backbone. You can't give
Really,
in to
14
everything.
hours was an exaggeration.
Yeah. You know, it's harder in winter. There's not much else. You can't kick them outside to play. Then you gotta have TV.
Yeah, I mean, you get to a point where you find out what works for them. If it's going to be go sit in a swing and rock them back and forth until they fall asleep, may not work for some. So I mean, you kind of just a lot of it is just background noise, right? It's a different voice, different tones, and it might just calm them down.
I feel like when we were that age, like 12 to whatever, like early teens, we were always outside. I swear, when we were like, I remember
Yeah,
road hockey all the time, or basketball, or anything outside. When you drive around now, it's summertime. Kids aren't in school.
Mhm.
You don't see anything.
No, you don't see very much street hockey.
No.
No, you don't. You just
It makes
Everyone's
sense.
inside playing fucking video
you
games.
just see 2 30-year-olds out on a Friday night shooting, playing a street hockey game.
What about in your complex?
No,
You see
see.
kids outside playing?
Yeah, we do get quite a bit of kids.
It feels a
running
little
around.
safer in there. Maybe it's a safety issue.
Well, it's pretty safe except for those idiots who drive more than 10 kilometers in there, which is another topic. Why you can speed in the complex is just unbelievable. But no, we do get lots of kids playing. We have a playground right behind us. There's always kids.
I assume that's one of those things that changes once you have kids.
Oh my,
Like the driving thing.
dude!
Like
there's so
I
many
guarantee
things.
almost anybody who's doing that does's have kids. But if you have kids, you're going 10 kilometers. That's it. And you're getting pissed off at anyone who ain't doing 10 kilometers.
Well, you're supposed to go slow when kids are playing. You live right next to a playground too.
Playground. We have.
You're telling me you go 30 through all fucking park zones?
Yeah. You know how big that fine is?
Yeah. If you're going, what is the rule now? If you're going 30 over, so if you do 60 through a playground zone, they can lock up your car for a week.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah,
It's 40 over.
No,
Is it
but
for-
I parked in a playground zone.
I thought, it was,
Yeah.
I thought excessive speeding was 20 over.
But when
Yeah, it is excessive speeding. But if you're going 30 over, they could take
40.
over. Okay, 40.
But when you're driving,
So if you're doing 100 on 16,
20
they can take
to
a car away for a
25
week.
kilometers through
Yeah.
a complex, which has numerous speed bumps in there for a reason.
Mm.
And there's vehicles parked in carports that kids can just dart in front of. Like you're, not only that, you're in someone else's neighborhood. Like this is.
It's not the locals doing this.
I obviously haven't figured out who's who in the zoo, but
You know all your neighbors?
I know a good chunk of them, and
Oh, yeah.
they all drive very respectful through there. But you just get like a lot of it. It could be friends picking up friends that just don't pay attention, or just people coming through. But
What's up?
Your teenagers living there? Probably. They.
Doubles and.
I mean, but the
Yeah.
residents are
Yeah.
decent at it.
I
Like,
think something like that. Here you go.
maybe I don't know. Maybe when you're
Oh,
don't
here it
have
is.
kids and it's not in your head, you might just rip through, right? Like you drive home from Vancouver on the freeway, you're going 80 up 264th, and you're
tell you.
So it's just a normal
coming in
speed
just an
for
dollar
speed.
grove.
I
You
thought
may
it was
still
way
have
more.
the speed in your head, right?
I thought like.
Yeah.
I don't know. But when you become a parent,
I
things
thought
like
you
that
were bigger
just
shit than that.
you just think about it.
Because
right?
you can personalize it now.
Well, totally. In 3 years of my daughter's playing on.
When you don't have
she's
kids,
just
are you whipping around
the
these complexes?
Not whipping, I wouldn't say. I mean, I think that's an
10 is really
excessive-
slow.
It's very slow.
It is, but
I would probably be going 20. And if I'm going through a school zone, park zone, I've known to be allegedly going maybe, 50.
You're a hazard, though. You crash into everything.
Oh, no. No,
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that.
no, I disagree.
There's a big dent in your truck right now.
No, it's
And your
not.
other one. You have
wanna
two
look at-
trucks and
you
they're
wanna
both
look at my
smashed.
truck? You want to look at my truck?
Did you get that big dent fixed?
What dent? There's no dent.
The
on
one
my
where you
truck.
smashed into the lamppost with the fender.
Oh, that truck. I thought you were talking about my work truck.
No.
Bro, that truck? Yeah, there's still a dent there.
Oh.
See, but
But you got the work truck fixed up.
I
did you?
get in one vehicle accidents. I don't get in.
You just smashed up two vehicles.
Yeah, that was what I'm talking about. One time that happened.
One time
Yes.
I smashed up two vehicles.
Yes, I have hit many things driving by myself, hitting like a tree or a post or
or when that girl looks really hot in the front seat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Smash
Many times you
a
wiped out for
mirror
that.
or two. It happens. But what I'm saying is, I don't get in traffic. I'm good. I've had one.
No, you also smashed the Focus. You ran into the back of that lady.
Yeah,
Lost focus.
She's an idiot.
Yeah.
Both times because the person in front of me just stopped for no reason.
You're supposed to do that too when they stop.
Yeah, but it wasn't expected. That's all I'm saying. I wasn't expecting them to stop because there was absolutely no reason for them to stop.
So neither of these were your fault.
Yes, technically they are my fault. By
The
ICBC
lamppost jump out in
standards,
front of you too?
they are my fault. I don't know what lampposts you're talking about. Anyway, so yes,
Moving on.
bear cat, as we like to call you, or Papa Bear, any of these words. Papa Bear.
It's getting late on Saturday night. If you two are still watching SNL. Hey,
What?
Papa Bear, share that blanket. Sorry, go ahead.
Why? Who the fuck is calling me right now? Should I answer it?
Yeah.
On
No.
air?
Yeah.
I think I should.
Yeah.
Who is it?
That's what I've been telling you all along to do.
Hello?
I don't want to see your something.
Who is this?
I'm calling.
You just hung up on them?
Yeah, they're calling about my bike for sale. At first, it sounded to us.
I
The
heard
reason I let
translate.
it continue is because it sounded like I've been getting this message that I've won.
So
a
then you just
cruise.
panicked and hung up?
I've won a cruise
No,
for a long
Maybe
time.
it's been like, listen, guy, I'm on a podcast right
I
now.
went on a cruise last night.
So you must just watch
I gave
the
They got my
In
You totally
in hindsight, that's what I should have done.
You just
Hey,
lost the sale.
For a second, it looked like you were going to smash
Oh,
the
he's
phone.
calling me back. Damn it.
Answer
Listen.
again and now explain yourself.
Ignore
That would
it.
be
They'll
funny.
think you have bad reception if you don't answer it.
No, answer it and tell him you're on a podcast. They'll think he's buying a famous guy's bike.
Yeah.
No.
Do
He
it.
likes it.
Do it.
He likes
Yeah.
it.
I do
Yeah.
kind of like it, but I really want to sell that bike.
Yeah, answer it.
This
No.
guy's probably...
You're Ryan from Real Talk.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just going to talk you down
I
anyway and you're
don't
right.
do it.
You're going to walk away
Guys,
feeling bad about
don't do
yourself.
Thank you.
Don't
But-
do it.
No.
It's calling again.
No, let it go. Let it work. You gotta slide it.
Damn!
Anyway,
Almost turned it
hey,
off.
we're doing a podcast here.
Alright, sorry, yeah. The phone bit wasn't that good.
I want to know, since you're working in the school systems now, what do you think is the biggest difference between when we were in high school and what's going on in high school now? What do you think?
You ever
is
get some
what's the
sexting
biggest
scandals?
change?
No.
No?
No.
Not yet.
Look at me.
But I didn't mean people sending text to you. I mean, do you got to monitor that stuff?
I mean, we'll get back to that.
Oh,
It's answered.
You got some dirt.
No. There's
it's gonna be hard to focus now.
no. There's policies in the school district that they have assemblies and stuff for.
You have assemblies for sexting?
Well, to warn kids of online bullying and all that type of behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's one point of what's changed in the schools, like regarding technology, social media.
Like, what are the problems? What are you dealing with most of the time? Like, I'm just wondering if it's the same type of bullshit that we went through,
It's
or if it's
no.
different now. Now it's more like so and so sent a picture of so and so.
No. You still get your kid students who just don't care and are causing a ruckus in the class.
That's
And-
my students.
Yeah,
That's
like-
what I get.
I mean, you guys have had Nikki on here before, and she's talked about the types of kids that she deals with. You know, those kids can't make it in the regular school system. Like, you're on a bike too, buddy.
Definitely put your phone on vibrate for the podcast.
You answered a phone call.
Yeah,
What high ground are you standing on?
It didn't. It was at least plugged in, and there was no. Boop, 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 boop. I just answered it, and we talked about answering before it happened.
No,
Thank you for interrupting our guest.
You brought that up.
no worries. I mean, that's always going to be there. You're going to have kids that want to do well and kids that are going to cause a ruckus, and there's not really much ruckus. Yeah, there's not much time for
I'm surprised everyone's still
for
laughing.
those kids
Would
anymore.
Koko be in the special room now?
The fact that you weren't just like, no.
Oh.
Ouch, man. Ouch.
There's
No.
more special rooms now in high school.
There is a lot of special
Okay, so what do we
kids.
mean by special? Like,
So which one would he be in?
we get to
Most
do
likely.
stuff?
No, for instance, like for the last 3 years, I've been working in a low incidence resource room, which is varies
Low
from
incidence.
children who come in wheelchairs and are nonverbal and are just kind of going on a day-to-day basis, to
I don't think he'd be in that one.
no, not at all. To students who just have a very low IQ and can't do the modified English, modified sciences and everything, so they learn more life skills
okay,
and,
no, that's
and get to classes and.
I'm pretty
learn
sure I did better in
basic
school than
things.
you did. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
I had a few poor subjects.
we also have.
I excelled in woodworking.
We also have a room where students
Or working wood.
are gearing towards getting a dogwood, or they're going to get a school leaving certificate, which acknowledges.
What's a
that-
dogwood?
That's what you graduate with.
That's what I graduated with?
Yes, buddy.
A dogwood?
The fuck's a dog?
Yeah, what is that?
That's what you
It's your
got.
like your graduation certificate.
Your
They call it a dogwood?
Is it just
I thought it was a diploma.
Diploma.
Yeah, I thought it was a diploma.
There's dogwood, adult grad, or a leaving school certificate.
Yeah.
Hold on, sorry, Nikki. There's a what?
There's a dogwood, an adult grad, and a leaving school certificate.
Okay, what's the difference between these?
Well, dogwood, which signifies that you've actually graduated high school, getting all your credits and passing your required classes.
Yeah.
I will touch on the adult one in a second, but the school leaving certificate notifies that you were a acting part in the school and trying your best to graduate. And it's mainly for students with special needs.
Yeah.
It's not like you guys could go in there and be like, I'm just going to go for the school leaving certificate. It's not a choice. Like when you get to grade 8, you're not going to, I'm going to go for the
They
school
put
leaving.
you there if they think you need to go there.
Yeah, and that gets recognized all the way back in elementary.
I just barely got a dogwood.
A lot of people did.
Yeah.
I feel like that system needs to be changed though a little bit. Like
I
The way they-
agree 100%, yes.
they,
Well,
they
can
look
I'll give you an instance for example, Math 11. What were we doing in Math 11?
stuff with numbers.
Like trigonometry, algebra.
Yeah.
Now that we've all done it, do you ever use that in real life?
Never.
No.
Well,
Or
no,
would
I use trigonometry.
Okay, a little bit, but
Once in a while, I
would
try
you
to math
rather
problems,
learn
see if I can
about
still
how
do it.
to take a loan out of the bank?
Well, yeah, stuff
Or
like
That
that.
would be way better.
That kind of stuff should be like doing your taxes. That kind of shit
100%.
should be in high school. But I just think the way school systems are set up, it's to like teach a kid one way on how to do things. But people learn in
Well, that
so many different ways.
that way is gone. Like honestly, I mean, when you sit there in front of the class and preach and require, it's kids don't want to do that anymore. Like I've seen teachers who really succeed because they care and they talk to the kids.
Mhm.
They find out who they are. If a kid's having a bad day, let's face it, in today's world, a lot of things can occur for a kid's bad day. Like, you just gotta deal with it, right? Like, just give them the time and space.
You know what they do?
Teachers that care succeed. Teachers that are there at 7 in the morning
And leave at
we're-
5.
Totally, right? Like, and not to like, I'm not bashing any teachers by any means, but those are the ones that succeed. Those are the ones that kids like remember.
See, that's why I think a teacher. It literally just came to me. This is how I think teachers should be paid. I think teachers should
You're
be
gonna solve
paid-
the strike right now?
Yes, on a basis, there should no longer be salaries. I think it should be ran just like a company, each school. Your principal is in charge of keeping all the teachers working at like a high level. So if the teachers want to work 10 hours a day, 11 hours a day, they make an hourly rate. So it's the principal's job to keep track of each teacher and are they actually working for that 10 hours? Yeah, they're putting in a lot. Their students are happy. They're getting good grades. Okay, we'll keep paying them that amount. But if the teacher is putting in 10 hours a day and all the class is failing and he talks to the kids and the teacher's there right at bell and leaves right at the bell, then obviously you deal with that teacher.
There's too many variables in that.
Yeah, I mean,
What variables though?
well, because I mean,
I don't
no,
know.
that's a really good point. Like, you in the private school system, like you're held accountable.
Yeah.
Like the principal can walk into your room one day if you've really screwed up and just be like, you know, Mr. Smith, thank you for your time. You're dismissed, and you're gone.
Mhm.
They can pick and choose who they want to have in their schools. So
The
maybe
principal can fire people?
in the private school system, yes.
But that's what I'm talking about in this system is the teacher should have, or the principal should have that power to be able to. It
But
should
you
be
get a different
ran
principal.
just like any other company,
Yeah,
any other
that's-
business, and in each school individually. Then you have someone in charge of a group of schools.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a different alternative, but it's been the same since day one, right? Like, schools are schools, and that's the way they're going to run. They're going to be under unions, under districts.
I'm not saying that either that it should be run by. I'm saying the government should still run it, but it should be
treated like
treated like a
okay.
company, not be a company, not be privatized. Just have the government run it that way.
That's
It just, I'm curious why it has to be a salary. Like what is the reason, in your opinion, that
Is
it
everyone on
would
salary?
maybe,
Yes,
if
well,
even, it needs to
I don't
be
even know how
a
it works.
I
salary?
mean, because you could do, you say the bell rings at 8, you get there at 7:30, you do your bit, the bell rings at 3, you're out at 4. You're not being paid hourly, so you're being paid salary, so you can take that work home with you and continue it or do it when you want. Right? Like, if you're required as a teacher to work 7 to 4,
Yeah.
as an hourly employee that we all have been, are you going to are you going to take that hour
No.
before or after, right? So,
You think that that's why the government wants it that way? You're not saying that. That's what a teacher would want to do. You're saying that is what the government would want.
oh, I don't even know. I don't even know how to answer that. Like, I honestly haven't thought that far in depth in it, but
That's all. I'm just thinking that it would be way more efficient that way, and then you could actually, keep the good teachers, and the other teachers have to learn to put a little bit more effort in.
that's
Because right now, I just think that the good teachers, the ones like in Old Grove, we only had a few of them. They don't get rewarded for being a good teacher.
Well, and that's how they become jaded, and that's when
Yeah,
they become bad.
you
teachers.
get rewarded.
Yeah, exactly.
You get
That's
rewarded-
what I'm saying is the system sucks. If they were putting in that overtime and they were getting those hours paid, and the results were there, I think you'd have a lot more happy teachers.
Yeah.
And they would put that effort in. They wouldn't mind
You don't
doing
get
the
rewarded
extracurricular stuff.
in daily life. You get rewarded when a student comes up to you and says, "Hey man, I really appreciated everything you did for me." Like, when a kid says that to you, like, that's huge. Or
Do you ever say that to your teacher? Did you?
I think
I said,
I think it was
yeah.
Mr. Inglis. I seen him. I went to pick up my brother, and I seen him, and I just told, like, as much as Mr. Inglis, like, who was our math teacher, was an ass sometimes. He could be like sound like just a dick. Rules. Be here on time. If you're not here by the bell, but
Math teachers are always
he
weird.
cared, and he was a really good teacher. He spent the time, if you didn't get it, each individual student teaching them until they understood it. If they wanted the help, he gave them the help.
He was a very good teacher.
He was a very, very good teacher.
I never had him as a teacher.
Well,
But when I got kicked out of English class all the time, they would make me go sit in his room.
Yeah.
He was every student at Elder Grove just spoke really highly of him, and God did well.
Is he still there?
Still there?
He was when I worked there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was my.
Great
I
mustache.
must say, I wouldn't say he was my favorite teacher,
Needs
but
it.
he was like I respected him.
He
the
needs
most,
that muzzy.
by far, out of any of my teachers. Yeah, definitely.
It all is. I mean, you go there to do a job, and you either love it, you do it because it's your work, or whatever. I mean, I when I go to work, I love it. Like, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, right on. I'm going to. Sorry, when I wake up, I'm like, right on. I'm going to work. Like, it's.
That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want.
Like-
I don't like what I don't mind what I do, but I don't wake up and like, oh yeah, I get to do this and this today.
Yeah.
I get up and I'm like, oh, so I'm gonna drive for an hour to work, and then I gotta run around.
You still thinking of leaving the electrical field?
Definitely,
Should be a youth care worker.
for sure. I think I'm leaning that route, like something
Youth
in
care
that
worker?
area, counseling, youth care worker, something along those lines. I might take out a student loan. I don't know. I haven't decided. I just don't. I've been waiting for the house to sell because I honestly thought our house would have sold by now,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where that money is for me.
Mhm.
My travel money and my take some time.
Yeah, it's not gonna get put all your eggs in one basket though. You can't just wait for something to happen
No,
and then
I-
like continue living your life.
No, I agree, but I just
You gotta
didn't
find some other money.
I didn't want to go in more debt. I don't want to be in debt ever. Like, other than these two houses, after this, I don't want to ever be in debt. And the next time I buy something, I want to pay for it.
A whole house?
Yeah.
So you're gonna buy another house, go to school, and travel with the money we're
but
gonna
that's
make off that
a
house?
long time. I'm not going to be buying a house for a long time.
I don't think that's gonna cover all your bills.
I'm saying I will still stay in debt for my apartment right now, but I won't be buying another place. I hope. I mean, you never know. Circumstances can change. You never know. But I would like to wait till I can afford to buy it out.
Yeah.
I think you would like to do the same thing.
Oh yeah, it would be sweet if that house sold.
Yeah.
But only if we like made a bunch of money.
Yeah, but that's what I really am thinking. That's
Do not see
it's
that
going-
this or next year for certain.
No, I do. I think
You
within
do?
a year. I think within a
We're
year.
gonna sell that house.
I think so. Within a year.
We're definitely not putting that new deck on it then.
No.
Hopefully our tenants are listening. They've been putting down some major heat lately for a new deck.
Yeah,
They have some legitimate concerns. It's looking pretty sketchy.
Yeah,
The stairs are
How
really sketchy.
Debt and all that just stem from where'd that come from?
what?
Where'd that come from?
We veered off and
Yeah, I don't know where that.
I don't know.
I was talking about.
I don't remember the
What I was
transgression.
doing,
that was-
changing careers.
yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what we do here. We just kind of.
Don't you have to have some like prerequisites before you can even get into these like therapy courses?
Not really.
No?
No.
You can just walk in with like an electrical red
No,
seal?
you just have to take to get whatever the
High school, your
Whatever
dogwood
the-
is good enough?
whatever the
Yeah, you learn
diploma
something.
is that you want to get. You just have to do those courses.
Yeah, but can you even get into the courses with your qualifications?
Yeah.
You can?
Yeah, I looked it up. And once you're out of high school for so long, you no longer need those prerequisites.
What?
Yes.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it does.
They just let you in by age?
Yeah, because
You can go to Harvard and be like, I'm 40 now.
no, think about definitely 100%.
You've got life credits.
You definitely can at any
That does
time.
not sound right.
Oh,
It's 100% true.
100% should.
Can you look that up for us?
What's
please?
the- what's
The
the-
question is, as you start to get older, you need less credits to get into
You'll become an
university.
adult student, right?
Yeah, you become an adult student.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're an adult student, but I still
What
think that
I'm
there's
saying-
prerequisites. If you have to
No.
know math,
Dude,
they're not just going to let you in because you're 40.
Yes.
You can upgrade that.
Yeah,
So you come
you-
Well, yeah, you
to
can
college.
you're going to have to upgrade. That's
If you
what you're
need, if you don't have the
you
marks,
still have to start at the lowest class in that genre.
No, you have to.
to
in
get
that
into
genre.
the program, you need a
The
certain
therapy
mark
genre.
in certain courses.
You need prereqs to get in.
I had to go upgrade three
Okay,
courses
you're
to get
okay, we're
qualified.
totally on a different page here then.
Right.
What I'm saying is, I would just be doing. It wouldn't be like I was doing the
I didn't
diploma.
know
I would be
search for
doing
this.
certain courses to build my way. That's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, that's what I was asking you. I'm like, is there any prerequisites?
But
And you said no.
the prerequisites
I could be a
is what you
therapist
would be
starting
starting with at college. You would have to do those classes first.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about within high school.
No.
We were just on totally different. Okay, that's cool.
Thought I explained myself very clearly.
Yeah, we
You're
worked
like,
out.
the
Right?
older
We
you
got
get,
there.
the less credits you need.
It was like
Start giving you
it was
life
like a
credits.
trick question. We just had to.
A trick
We had
question.
to solve for X, and we got it eventually.
Ah,
So,
if only Mr. English was here now.
It'd be a lot
He'd be
quicker
proud.
I think you would.
We just solved for X.
You know, after
Nobody
all this,
would be
I
talking.
finally realized that I needed to say hello to more people.
Who do you want to say hello to?
Well, obviously my beautiful wife,
Yeah.
Of course.
Hey, Nina.
the children who
What's up?
might still be listening to this, and
Children.
a good man who asked me to give him a shout out, my father, Timmy.
Oh,
Tiny
Tim.
Probably having a martini right now.
Tim, I'm looking at our live feeds here. Oh, I got one listening on Mixer. You didn't give them that one. You gave them Ustream.
They're
They're
all-
not
they
listening
probably
to
can't
this,
find the
and
internet.
I'm disappointed in you, Tim.
It's tricky.
I did give
Tim,
my
you should
I did give my
listen
mom
live.
Mixer.
We know you're just sitting at home drinking some martinis, which you're very good at making.
Hey, I seen in the news today that a 112-year-old Somalian married a 17-year-old. They think it might be
Where's the 17-year-old from?
Somalia also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seen that.
Yeah, you've seen that too?
It's Nina listening.
Weird.
Oh,
It's they think it's
I
the
know.
hey Nina. They think it's the longest age gap between like
That's
bride and
wild.
groom. 95 years in
That's
between them.
right. Yeah.
95 years.
That's really weird. Why? Is he super rich?
That was my first thought.
Or is he hung like a mule?
It's 100.
He's 112.
Actually, with a
I doubt
95-year difference, you need both. You need to be super rich and hung like a mule.
You can't get it up at that.
Yeah.
And
He's
you
gonna
need,
definitely have
you need to have a lifetime supply of
You can sure
Viagra.
get it down though.
Boom.
What?
Boo, it's always down.
Oh,
Yeah, that's crazy. He was born in 1902. She'd be born in like 97. 5, 6.
What?
Late 90s.
Yeah, 93.
93?
97.
Whoa, then she'd be
She's 17?
What?
97.
She's 17.
Damn, 97, you're right.
Yeah, I know you always get 3s and 7s mixed up.
son of a
No
bitch.
shame.
Did you, so you work with both special needs. What is that the proper?
Yep.
I don't know. Politically correct. I hate that fucking shit.
Now you pissed off all the
Correct.
teachers. You didn't want to piss off
Terms.
everyone with special needs.
And like at-risk use, like Nikki does, or
Much of I mainly work with like everybody in the school.
Yeah.
My designated job is officer special needs.
are you
but-
pretty much like, what do they call it in just your counselor? What do they call that? Like we had one every
Counselor.
year.
Yeah,
Just your counselor?
Yeah,
Mr. Fallon?
Yeah.
a counselor is a
Jeez,
teacher with
counselor.
Just counselor.
with a master. Yeah, no, I work
So you have
with.
to get your master's. You're going to be a counselor?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
How many years is that?
Six.
Well, you got your teaching career.
You'd have to,
6
you'd
years?
have to have your own company. I don't think you could do that.
Yeah,
that way.
you'd be in for a long run there.
It's too
And then would you need some
because the amount of
prerequisites
money
before
they
that?
make and what they spend to have to get the degree it just does not correlate.
That's why I said youth care worker. 4 years. You
So-
can do a 2-year diploma.
You'd be almost 40 by the time you can be Mr. Fallon.
I don't want to do that.
If you start,
You're
Why
looking for a
do you get-
shortcut.
I don't get any extra credits for my electrical.
I bet if you moved to like
I don't.
If
No.
they're applicable
Northwest
to what
Territories,
you're
you could
doing,
probably be a
so
counselor
you're
right now.
Transfer guide.
Counselor
Yeah.
Koko. They'll
I
probably
was
pick
also
anyone
thinking
up
about
there.
doing this other thing called. Oh shit! What the hell is it called now? I had it earlier and now I totally forgot what it was.
Weatherman?
Fuck.
Porn.
Anyway,
Yeah, no. So
I'll continue.
yeah, with everything I do in the school, I work with
Clear Minds.
Yeah.
It's called Clear Minds, and it's like a. I don't know how to describe
Clear
it. It's
Minds?
called Clear Minds. It's like a retreat.
Are you saying
They-
clear or Claire?
Clear.
It's a
Clear. You're
mindfulness
gonna have to learn how to
retreat.
pronounce
Yeah.
that better.
Yeah, I know
So-
exactly what you're talking
Sorry, what did you say, Nikki?
about. It's a mindfulness retreat, and I know what he's talking about.
A
Yeah.
mindfulness retreat.
So you've heard about it.
Yes.
It's pretty cool stuff. One of the guys I worked with when I was at my last job told me about it. Him and his wife
Sneaky
both
approved.
did it, and now he's at a point where if he does like only like a couple more sessions, he could become one of the teachers. So it's kind of like they build from within, like their teacher, and it's about kind of got a. I don't know how to. It's very real. Like it's all about figuring out what's wrong within yourself first, finding those issues, and
What do
then
you think you're
that
gonna find there?
teaches you how to help other people fix their problems.
People are going to this?
It's very.
Where is it?
It's in. I think it's in Surrey.
What?
Somewhere in
It's in
Surrey.
Surrey?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'll look it up. Can you look that up?
Couldn't have-
Mines?
it
I
couldn't
believe
have-
it's in Surrey.
There's a retreat in Surrey.
It's not.
I believe it's like a
It's
global thing.
yeah,
and
and
there's like
it's-
small pockets.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Our
go stay there
retreat
overnight?
used to be the brunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to go there if you wanted to ever become like a teacher there.
What? This one?
So
Langley.
he went with his wife, and his wife went by herself, and he went by himself, and it's
Yeah.
like weekend.
So what, did you notice
it's
a
like
change in
weekend
his face?
courses. Well, no, he'd already done all this stuff, but the guy is so calm,
Yeah, it is.
and so like
No,
just
yeah.
level, and always thinking clearly.
Maybe you can
Never
take Joe
gets
if you had come in
riled
down
up. He's always like, I don't know. He was just a really cool guy.
Langley.
with it. Okay.
It's in Langley.
Why don't you
27th and 72nd.
why don't you go to one of these meetings first before you decide
But
to
they're
become
not
one?
just meetings. Like you pay for a weekend thing, and it's like you have to start out. It's like $800. You do a whole weekend thing, and like I said, it's all about you
Yeah.
figuring out what you want to change within yourself,
Okay.
and then you go from there.
But what are what you want to change?
A lot of
It's
it
about
is-
recognizing your triggers, what's going on inside you, and learning to cope. It's about learning to cope and being like, holy crap, I'm going to get upset right now. And then it's like breathing or mindfulness exercise,
sounds like
and then
yoga.
you don't.
Oh, okay.
And then you're like, okay, how can I deal with this in a rational way
Right.
instead of just reacting?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So there you go. You just-
Okay.
It just
When are you
it
gonna
seemed
go do
really
this?
interesting. Well, not till after Germany. It's expensive. It's like $800, but you're there. You spend every
You're
day
there for the whole
you eat
weekend?
there. You're there the whole weekend.
You have to wear a funny outfit.
I don't believe so. No,
Smoking white.
it's not nothing like that.
What about drinking? You like have some beers there? No beers?
I mean, I don't know for sure. I never asked, but I just assumed no. I would not.
And then so what do? You sit there and you
I'm
meditate?
trying to be pure. No, there's seminars and just they try to get you to
Seminars.
express yourself.
So
Right?
you got to get up in
They're
front of
trying
people
to
and
get
talk?
you to talk. You know what? I don't know. Well, I don't know for sure if that's part of it. I just know that the point of it is to
I've
get-
never heard of this.
No?
I never,
No,
I hadn't heard of
never
it before.
Never heard of it.
I've never heard of it before I talked to this guy either.
And lots of people are doing it?
Oh, I don't know about lots. I don't think though enough that the place is busy, but I think he said like a weekend is like 10 people type of a thing that are in the course.
So that guy's making a killing. 10 people paying $800
Probably,
bucks?
but I would assume I think he said that like there's basically 5 for every 10 people. There's 5 people working.
5 people?
So 1 per 2 people.
1 per 2 people.
Yeah, it's very, very intimate. He said that was his word. It's very intimate. Like it's very. in your
I don't
face.
know if I would like that.
There's no like sitting off in the corner, collecting yourself. Like it's like you need to get this out, and if you don't want to, then this isn't the place for you. Kind of a mentality.
Right. See, like, I kind of like to work on this stuff by myself.
Mm-hmm. How's it working out for you?
Well, the intimate part by yourself is pretty hard. but the mindfulness, like you can get some things sorted out.
Yeah,
sit
that's
and
why the
think.
float. I like the float tank. I agree. But
You
I
still
think,
go on the float tank?
I haven't been for a while.
Barry, you
I
ever
wanna
do a
go
float
back.
tank?
I've never even heard of the float tank.
It's really cool.
It's basically a giant bathtub with a lid. And you just float around in there. They turn all the lights off. They put lots of salt in the water so you can float really
within
easy.
like 10 inches of water.
Basically, the idea is they want you to be like almost have like as little feeling as you can
Sensory
with
deprivation.
yeah, with your
Wow.
body, so you can't see anything. Your ears are just below the water. You can't hear anything. You're submersed in the water, so you can't feel the weight of your body.
And because it's so much salt, like it's like you're nothing. Like you barely even feel the water, and the
Yeah.
water is at room temperature.
So the only thing you're supposed
Or
to
at
have
body
is
temperature,
like
sorry, not
is
room
like the thoughts in your head.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
What?
So then you just kind of like lay there, and it actually kind of feels like you're floating through space. It was a weird experience. I haven't been back for.
Where is it?
Definitely turn off your phone.
There's
No,
one in
Simpsons.
Coquitlam. It's called Cloud9 Float Spot. It's not even that much money. You go in for like an
It's
hour
like
and a
60
half.
bucks.
It was all they had, like Buddha statues
yeah.
out there and their incense, and it was a pretty cool place. I definitely go. I went there first of all because my back was hurting, and I was just trying to like get some relief. But yeah, that's what they were actually designed for. Is more of like a conscious experiment, so you can just like be with your own mind, and that's it. So you get some serious thinking done in there.
I would do it next time baked.
You didn't do it the first time, babe?
No, did you?
No,
You haven't done a bake?
no.
Yeah, I want to do a bake for this.
That would be better.
Yes. And yoga, I want to do baked. Apparently that's really, really good.
But I felt better coming out of there too. I felt really relaxed.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fun. It was
How
like
old
what
was
was it? It was like $50
Yeah, 55, I think.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was not like crazy expensive.
Somewhere around $50.
Still, you don't want to be going every day. But no, they've been around for like years and years. They just haven't really been that popular, but they're starting to gain like a little bit of steam. So they also have they have float spas everywhere. I mean, there's one in Yaletown. There's that one. I think the closest one to us is in Coquitlam, but there's a few other ones in Vancouver and that too. Right? People are going. It's becoming like a bit of a trend. I don't know. It's pretty fun. It's a good way to relax. You're all stressed out.
Where did you hear about this?
Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You let me hear about most.
That's where we hear about everything. That's it.
Like, you guys. Yeah,
Do people ever like say, "Man, you talk about Joe Rogan a lot"?
Well, I purposely try not to talk about him that much, but I know people are thinking it.
Slow it down. Man, he just has so many cool guests on, and you learn so much cool shit from it.
You ever listen to his podcast, Barry?
I don't really have like a big drive to work, so I'm guessing that's where you guys listen to your podcast.
Yeah.
At work while I'm working.
While I'm working.
Yeah, like I don't really have.
I listen now to like
You do
5
it while
hours of
you're
podcasts
working
a day,
at
probably.
Yeah.
nowhere on your time off.
Well, I don't have time to think, right? Like it's just
No time.
no. It's like
Well, you're a pretty busy guy.
It's very busy. Yeah.
Especially you got kids.
Yes.
But you might, I guess you don't have a very long commute. That would, and you can't listen to it at work.
Well, it takes me 7 minutes to get to work.
Yeah.
So by the time I get everything loaded, I'm probably gonna listen to 2 minutes.
Yeah,
It's definitely something to accompany you while you're doing something else.
it would be very like you'd have to be like on the weekend working in the yard, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and it's not like I can just toss in.
I don't
a
listen to
podcast and
podcasts
listen to
really
it at
on the
work.
weekend at all. I only
No.
listen to them during the week
I mostly do.
while
yeah.
I'm at work or on my way to work.
Depends. Like if I'm working outside though, I might throw one off. But a lot of times if I'm working around the house, I just like to listen to music too.
Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't been listening to nearly as much music lately because of that.
If you do listen to them at work, they can get pretty distracting. You're like, oh, this is like pretty important. I gotta focus here, and you get less shit done.
When it comes to podcasts, do you find like since you started listening to a lot of podcasts,
Yeah.
do you find you're a little bit more cynical, a little bit more like when you watch things or see things, you're more like that's fucking bullshit.
I don't know. I was pretty cynical before.
Yeah, but I still think I'm like genuinely a pretty damn happy person. Like not a lot gets to me, but I definitely think that listening to all these podcasts and listening to all these experts on things and stuff, like I find I'm a lot more critical of stuff. I'm a lot more like I see the bullshit more.
Yeah.
Same with like even smoking weed makes me see the bullshit more. Like it's when I'm watching a movie high, it's if something is like a little bit off or doesn't really fit, I'm like that's fucking bullshit. Like right away you're just like, what the fuck is this?
It is. It's hard to watch bad acting.
Yeah, and that's the worst. Is bad acting just like jumps out at you.
Yeah. But even like sometimes when we're doing this podcast, if there's been a little smoky before the session started, sometimes I look at you and be like, "Wow, he's acting really funny right now."
Mm-hmm. But we're both always acting funny. So it's like that.
No, but like moving like a bad actor.
Oh, but I noticed even like as soon as we started recording, and I watched a couple of the ones that we recorded and tested. I move a lot. I'm always like just like little like
You're a hand
nothing.
talker. You're a hand talker.
Like just like adjusting in my seat.
Yeah, you're
moving my
twitchy.
shoulders. I'm always kind of like moving my hand, checking my paper, looking up at the thing, making sure that it's recording properly. I'm always doing something.
Barry's usually pretty fidgety, but he's been pretty still here this whole
I
time.
have. I'm a little nervous still.
A little nervous. You're an expert.
We're at the 53-minute mark, man.
I hear
Really?
Tubby
Yeah,
is
it
rivaling you
flies by.
at emceeing weddings. Apparently, that's
Who
what I
was?
heard. Tubby.
Oh, that's news to
I
me.
disagree.
I haven't spoken to Tubby in a very long
I think
time.
Tubby was very good.
Yeah.
I think he was like, I laughed my ass off.
Yeah,
But
it
I've
was
seen
fucking
you
funny.
3 times, and every time you've been hilarious. I don't know. It's just for me, it's tough to compare.
Thank you.
Tubby's got the knack,
It's-
though.
Yeah,
He's
he does.
done
I 100%.
You've got experience.
Yeah.
Didn't
You,
even
the
know
first
this.
one was
This is news
was,
to me.
Was the first one Jacob and Nikki's wedding? That
Yes.
you did?
Yes. Jake
Fuck,
Mendes.
that was funny.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a really
Like a good MC at a wedding, like make or breaks the wedding. Like there's
A
no.
lot of people with bad MCs at their weddings just split up after that.
I think so. Oh no.
Makes or breaks the wedding.
That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it can like make the wedding really pop, really flow, really everybody is into it. For sure, that has a lot to do with.
I've done a lot of like public speaking at schools. I'll hop in front of the school and do the pep rally, assemblies, everything like that. So
You've always been really good at just like getting up and talking in front of people, and you never. I need to be comfortable with the people I'm around. If I'm comfortable, then I can just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. But if I don't feel comfortable with,
I
people
never
I'm
see
with,
you talk in front of new people in like a crowd.
No, I don't. I never.
Like if
have.
there's a group, a circle, or whatever.
Yeah, I keep to myself till I feel comfortable in that setting.
So you think people are gonna make fun of you or something?
No, I don't know what it is. I just
which is
no, but even karaoke.
Yeah.
I love karaoke.
Right.
When I get up on my first song, unless we have a big group of our friends there,
Mhm.
like I'm talking like 10 people.
Right.
If there's 10 of our group of people I know there, I'm fine right off the bat.
You wouldn't go to
But if
karaoke
there's
bar by
only
yourself.
like 4 of us and I jump up at a karaoke thing, for the first couple minutes, I'm fucking nervous as shit.
where did the courage come to do this? You're talking. You could.
Well, he's not. You're not in front. Like
No, it doesn't matter.
physically
I'm
in
nervous
front
at
of
the
you.
beginning of every show. At
Really?
the start of every show, I'm nervous.
But sometimes you're talking to more
Until
than
I
50
get into
people
it.
when
No.
they're live, right? Like,
No. We're only talking to like 3 people live.
but some when people
4 or
listen
5,
to it,
somewhere.
like,
Yeah, it's recorded forever.
Maybe 10.
right? Like, is that different?
It's just once the conversation starts, for me at least, I completely forget that we're, like, the only thing that reminds me that we're on is that I have to keep checking stuff. Like, when we're talking, it's just like, to me, like, just like we're sitting around on the couch, having a beer, drinking, and talking.
Yeah.
It doesn't, there's a few times where I like, oh, I want to ask a question about something, then I'll feel like, okay, don't just wait till they're done, let the conversation flow out, and then ask the question. So you do think about things like that if you want the podcast to flow. But when it's just like we're just talking about something and everybody's putting their input in, it's just like a normal conversation.
Okay.
So you were gonna get back to that sexting scandal?
There's never been one.
No.
No, what I was talking about is the fact that they bring in educators or police
Yeah.
to the school and they have grade assemblies. So,
Oh, that was the assemblies.
yeah.
It's
So
the policemen that are giving them.
they're giving like the warnings and how far it goes and everything. I mean, it's come to TV.
How
too.
far does it go?
Well, you haven't seen those commercials.
I have no.
That's right. You don't have TV. There's commercials out there of like the police and principal's offices. Like, this is how far it goes.
Oh, really?
Like
You doing all right over there?
Yeah.
Yakum?
um.
It's late for you. What time do you have to be up?
So
I work more.
I'm don't ever have to solve those mysteries or anything. Like, that's not my job. Like,
Yeah.
that is up to
Scooby-Doo.
higher up.
You're not
in
part of
the
the
school.
task force.
No, gosh no.
Gosh, no.
Gosh, yeah.
So
Do you?
What does
do
Scooby-Doo
you actually
solve
get
those
paid
You'd be a neighbor if you're part of the task force.
through the whole year? Like your salary divvied up?
no,
every
we're
2 weeks? Or
we're
do you
Oh yeah, no.
only get paid while you're in school?
No, we're 10-month employees.
Okay.
So there are 12-month employees that do different things in my job, and then teachers are salary. So they're either 10-month salary or 12-month.
All right.
What?
When were we at the 53-minute mark, like 5 minutes ago?
Well, you just want to quit?
Yeah.
Why are you such a quitter all the time?
I don't know. I thought we were done. It's like an hour. We do an hour show.
I guess we could call it. I was still interested. I had a few more questions.
Oh,
I
sorry.
had a few more
Well,
things
go
I
ahead.
wanted to bring
All
up.
right. I didn't.
Actually,
That's why I was asking you.
I'm gonna delete that from
All right.
all of this. So, have you seen I know you follow Joe Rogan, we'll bring him up again, on Twitter. Did you see the post he had about the 2 new buildings they're going to put up in China?
I barely go on Twitter anymore.
Oh, really?
Nah.
They're
bored
building,
of
like, they're going to become the 2 tall, now, one's slightly taller than the other, they're going to become the 2 tallest buildings in the world. They're going to do the one
Dubai?
in Dubai.
Yeah.
Can't remember what it's called.
Or,
What was that one called, Harvey?
Bird.
The one in Dubai.
Burj.
Birch Bay.
Yeah, it is something like that.
Something
Burj Dubai. Burj Dubai? No.
Something along those lines. They're going to be
Burj
tall. Both of them
Dubai.
are going to be taller. One, I can't remember what it was. I can look it up. But
The
they're
Burj
going to be
Khalifa?
the first buildings
Burj Khalifa,
that
yeah, that's
are environmentally cleansing. So
Cleansing?
Yeah, they're going to actually, where they're going to be built is near water streams, and they're going to, or I think it was a couple lakes is actually what it was in China. And the building will actually at the top take in air around it and clean the air through filters
Right.
through the building, and then the bottom has water filters that suck the lake water in and then use it within the building.
Who's got to
Wow.
change all these filters?
And
I
is
didn't
this
look
going to
that
be
far
in
into
a
it,
major
sorry.
city?
I can't remember what the city.
Or is it going to be
was.
like,
Look it up.
is it going to be like the Hoover Dam?
Well, I imagine
Where
they're
it's
building
outside?
No. They're going to be built just like on top of it. Was that really loud? Or like,
Yeah.
oh shit!
when you were
Stop.
screaming no into the microphone? Yes, it was.
Oh shit! We stopped on mixer
Oh well.
again. There we go. We're still good. Anyway, no, they're just built near. Fuck, I keep forgetting to pull it up.
Doesn't matter. We don't know any Chinese cities anyway. Beijing, Shanghai. That's all I know.
Those are the only ones you know.
Ho Chi Minh.
Do you know any more?
It started with an N. I can't remember
Let's see.
what it was. I have it in my bookmarks on my phone. I'm just looking it up right now.
Yeah.
What did you find it?
What?
Burj Khalifa.
Yeah,
Burj Khalifa?
that was like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
we,
I
we
did
already
not.
talked
Sorry,
about it.
Burj Khalifa.
I honestly did not hear it. But yeah, that's pretty crazy that we're at that point now with they're when it comes to constructing a skyrise. Now they're at the point where okay, well we've got the building down.
I know, they're probably
Now
just doing it
let's
so
just-
people will talk about it.
Now you
I bet you it has very little to no impact on the air.
No, I don't think so, man.
Probably just hype. Yeah. That's what I think. How much air could like one building purify?
How much air could one? What?
One building purify.
Well, I don't know. I don't know the
Drop in the
specifics on
bucket.
it.
Yeah.
But I don't. What the way I see it is, I don't see them building this and having it be known for cleaning polluted air, and it not be doing like a significant amount of help to the environment.
No, they do lots of things like that.
Wuhan in China.
Not serving that.
No.
I totally thought it was an N.
Yeah.
That's it.
Only half an in. Yeah, no, I don't even think it would make that much of a difference if everybody did it.
Oh, okay.
There's two gigantic towers polluting, like, filtering air.
So,
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Just build a bunch of windmills.
So the architect firm-
Yes, I guess.
this is his quote. It says the water goes up through a series of filters.
I think it's stupid.
We don't use power to pull the water up. We're using passive energy as it goes through the filters and back. We're also putting air back into the lake to make it healthier.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
The towers have a pollution-absorbing coating to help clean the air, vertical gardens that filter more pollution, and a chimney in the middle of the larger tower naturally pulls air across the lake for better ventilation. Wind turbines, lightweight solar cladding, and hydrogen fuel cells running on the building's waste will generate all of the power used by the towers, plus a little extra for the rest of the neighborhood.
So can you work at these towers still? Like, will it be office buildings?
Yeah, they're gonna be exactly. They're gonna be rented out.
But just, there'll be a cylinder in the middle going up.
A building is a lot.
Yeah.
The diameter is a lot bigger than you think. Like it's not like it's going to be the size of this apartment. It's going to be like probably I don't know, a quarter of a kilometer in diameter.
I don't know if they're that big.
What's that? A quarter of a kilometer, 250 meters.
I don't know. It
Is
gets
that
pretty
like
hard
3
when you.
That sounds about right.
Is that 3 inches?
Yeah. It's hard when you start talking about quarter kilometers. I'm trying to think exactly how that is. Think
Heard
that
that we
is.
talked about inches.
Maybe. I don't know. They build buildings all different sizes. What are you asking me how big a building's for?
Height, the tallest of the pair is almost a kilometer.
Wow.
That's pretty high.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know how they get that
That's
thing
so
from,
ridiculous.
like not swaying. Like really, really bad.
They
Like kilometer
do.
high?
Yeah, I don't know.
They do.
Anyway, we can end on that, I guess.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty good podcast. Thanks, Kyle, for coming
Thanks,
on.
buddy.
guys.
Thanks for having me,
A
guys.
lot of fun talking to you. So on Twitter, you are
Oh, Jesus.
at
Jesus.
23 underscore Kyle K-I-L-E.
At underscore
Yeah.
K-I-L-E underscore
We got
23.
at hardware or 4. Nikki, you don't
Underscore
have
04.
Twitter. Underscore 04. You don't have Twitter. Cameron Fraser joins us tonight. Twitter.
I can't remember.
At Cam Fraser
At
85.
Cam Fraser 85. We got at
Twitface
Twitface. We
84.
got me at Rother00 and at RT.
Thanks, Barry.
Koko. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
And have a good weekend, everybody.
Hit Twitter, loser.
Is there a Twitter? I can crop this
I
in.
did.
What the hell happened to the song?
I thought I had you on this Twitter.
Totally spacing right now. What was the song?
The Roots.
That one, yeah, I don't know what that song's called.
Oh, Sandstorm.
I guess I could start.
Oh, wait, we're still live.
Yeah.
No viewers, that's okay. Everybody